subscribe.
Alright, so Ginger Gaming Mentor actually put out an item pack so we can actually use the Sundering charms on single player now. So I decided to make a build with the Sorceress that you probably haven't seen before. This is basically an Aradin, but it's a Sorceress. Hand of Justice, Mage Fist, SOJ, Arachnid Smash, BK, Sandstorm Trek, Dual Dragon, Rising Sun Amulet, and then Flickering Flame as the helmet. This is just hero edited. I don't think, unless the character screen is lying, I don't think that the negative fire resist from this is applying, because it should be negative 33, because I'm getting negative 20 from this. So with that said, if we're using the Sundering charm monsters that are fire immunes, essentially they're going to be negative 95 or 95 resist at that point. Now after that, we're going to be applying what, like 85 or 87, negative 87 from this, and then we're going to be applying the negative 20 from this. And so then they're going to be at what, like barely over negative resist. So they're going to be taking a decent amount of damage, but then the ones that aren't fire immunes are going to be taking a lot of damage, because they're basically going to be at like at least negative 100 because of this negative 20, and then the 87 or whatever, they're going to be at like 98 or 99, 97, whatever. I'm not good at math. The Phoenix on swap with the call to arms, you sacrifice a little plus skills, sacrifice plus 2 skills in exchange for being able to essentially have a insight mercenary on swap. Maxed out Hydra, maxed out Fire Mastery. I don't think we didn't max out the synergies for Hydra, because I wanted to really just test out how strong I could get the tick damage to be. If I was to max out the synergies for Hydra, I'd get 100 plus 120% fire damage for that. So the Hydra would be significantly stronger. It would be like 3,000 damage Hydras or something like that. But again, I just wanted the ticking of the Holy Fire Aura to be as strong as possible, just to test it out on this particular character on some AFK type of shit. So I had Fire Mastery Hydra, Lightning Mastery maxed, and then Thunderstorm. And I also maxed Static Field, because I felt like the Thunderstorm, getting the strong Thunderstorm, that's gonna one-shot a lot of the enemies on players 1 especially. So that is gonna take one out from the crowd, in addition to the ones that are constantly taking the tick damage. But then again, you know, I maybe could do something better with the points instead of Thunderstorm. This character doesn't really have particularly good cast rates. 37, so I mean, yeah. The next one after 40 or after 37, the next one is 63. So I mean, we're right at a pretty decent break point, even though we're not at a high one. The teleporting's not terrible at clearing stuff, and it does sacrifice a little bit little bit of FCR for the sake of trying to max out the damage on the auras. But depending on where you go with it, it's going to be stronger or weaker than other areas.
Not even death can save you from me.
That. Okay, so that was pretty quick right there. In order to get the Sundering charms, you would download his item pack, and then you go right here, which for some reason isn't showing right there. There is a file in there. I think the file's actually right here for me because I dragged and dropped it in here. It's called Charming. Yeah, it was Charming D2S, but basically it was in that, it was in this folder. It was a D2S file, which is a Diablo 2 Resurrected character file. I dragged and dropped it into my Diablo 2 Resurrected folder in my saved games folder, and then went on single player, and the character called Charming was just right there. It had all the Sundering charms in there, and then I just dragged and dropped them into my shared stash. So I'll put the link for that in the description. So let's see what it looks like. Yeah, my lightning res is pretty bad. So I definitely would want to have some plus 11 lightning. Maybe plus 11 lightning, or as close as I could get, along with some life on it or something. Or I could do like I could maybe do some type of energy shield build instead of vitality, instead of max vitality. Let me know if you think that would be good. Curious how Bale's gonna look on this. Oh, my favorites. This literally are the most dangerous thing in the game. Souls can be bad, but I feel like not even souls, unless there's like a huge pack, they're not as dangerous. Damn. Yeah, this is pretty impressive though. Even that. See how these guys do with it though. Don't even need it. This is just a testing single player account. So they generally have pretty high fire res right there. And then this next wave is usually completely immune, but they're sundered. So the tick damage isn't super crazy on the monsters that were previously immune, but it does just drop everything now, which is really convenient. Okay, so definitely not slow at taking out Bale. Where should we go now? I mean, we can go anywhere in the game with this shit now. So I mean, you're definitely going to want to also use your Hydras and stuff. You could probably also switch some points around and stuff and do maybe Frozen Orb or something. Just for crowd control's sake. But I mean, it's not really necessary, as you saw, even like just against Bale, everything was going down. And then especially with having Phoenix on swap. Or if you wanted to, I mean, you could literally go with Phoenix on the main side and just not really have as high pulse damage. This is definitely one of those high-end niche lower player count kind of things. But then if you wanted to switch into like really getting into a more, you know, using other casting skills and stuff, you could really get your damage as a sorceress a lot higher. But in terms of like the tick damage from your aura, this really gives you a lot of damage. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Subscribe, especially if you watched all this way through and haven't subscribed yet. Definitely subscribe, because I'm gonna keep trying to come up with more ideas and more videos and stuff. This probably is not gonna be something you'll realistically have within a ladder season. You might, I mean, if you have forum gold or something like that, then maybe so. But everybody have a good one. Alright, I might as well test it with a Fireball Meteor Sorceress with dual dragon, flickering flame that may or may not be working, and then 6-faceted crystal sword. So let's see how this goes. 15k, 29k meteor. And then I got little shitty thunderstorm that was probably a waste of points. I just wanted to try it. So the tick damage isn't too crazy. But the firebolt damage and the meteor is pretty good. Get this maxed out Hydra and just see what this says in general. So 3600, that's basically what I was assuming it was going to be. I think just the auras, in addition to having the Hydras and things like that, they just complement each other really well. And you can just get really good crowd control from something like the Holy Freeze Mercenary and stuff like that. And then also, you know, benefit from Infinity, benefit from the auras. It's a vibe, as some would say.